Hi everybody, this is Jennifer. Welcome to my channel where I talk about books, music, movies. Excuse me just a second. There we go. I like to be centered. Anyway, and anything else that takes my fancy. Today is my Romance Readers Readathon TBR. I believe this is the first year. And let me get out my notes here just a second. It's being hosted by Sarah over at Not Just Romance Novels and Sissy over at the Romance Queen of YouTube. And I am very happy about it because it's fun to do in February, and since I'm not doing TBRs, I have had like no direction, almost no direction as far as my reading goes this month, so this will give me a little bit of that. Alright, so let's start. I'm going to start with a book that doesn't follow any of the prompts, but I'm reading it this week, and it's a romance, and I just bought it today. It's Scored by Sloane Howell. I do have a picture of the cover, however, I do not know if I'm going to be able to fit it in around here. If not, it will be at the end, so you can get a good look at the cover, and you're going to want to. Anyway, so Scored is by Sloane Howell. It's a Love Swept ebook, and it was on sale for $1.99 at Kindle this morning, so I'm like, okay, cool. It's the story of Matt, who's a professional baseball player, and Kelsey, who is a alternative rocker chick who works in a record store. They put indie record store, but really at this point, all record stores are indie record stores, so I feel I can just say record store. So it's also contemporary, and it seems fun. So I liked that. So let's get on to the prompts now. The first one is romantic suspense, and I have for that, oh, and these are all rereads for me except for Scored and then the one that I did for the Rita finalist. So this is one I've already read before, but it's Cinderella and the Spy by Sally Tyler Haynes. All right, and this was from 2000. It is a silhouette intimate moments. It's not like an intrigue or anything like that, but it involves a spy, and his name is Joshua Carter, and he's every bit as suave and as ladies' mannish as you would expect a hot spy to be. And so the love interest in this is sweet, and I'm reading that directly from the back, Amanda Wainwright, who is a secretary at the spy agency that he works at, and she's just getting over a tragedy that happened about a year ago, and he decides he's gonna help her out of this tragedy by, I don't know, seducing, and then he gets her into quite a bit of trouble, and some intrigue and suspense happens. So there's that. Second up is historical romance. So I'm picking two for here. Romance is a type of book that I read really quickly, so in order to keep myself occupied this week, I've picked more than the four books. So next up is one of my favorite romances of all time. It's The Devil Earl by Deborah Simmons. So this one came out in 1996, and this involves, let's see, it doesn't have the name on here and I forgot. Well, his name is Sebastian, and he's the Earl of Ravenscar. Get it? It's very gothic naming here. And his love interest is Prudence, who is a gothic authoress who publishes under a pseudonym for, like, I don't know, privacy and then propriety purposes. And so she writes this novel that becomes a sensation because everybody thinks it's about him, and she idolizes him because he is kind of her hero, her gothic romantic hero. And so this is what happens when they get together, and it's really, and he's kind of also her neighbor-ish. Anyway, so this is a very good book. I love this a lot. Yes, and I've loved it, yeah. Anyway, so I'm not gonna gush too much over them. I don't want this to be a gigantically large video. Okay, so the next one is an ebook that I have, and I'm gonna try to put the picture, if not somewhere right here, then at the end. I'll put all the pictures at the end if I need to. And this is from 2001. It's called A Taste of Fire by Hannah Howell. It was originally published under the name of Sarah Dustin. Apparently she has a couple of writer pen names. And so Anthony is of German descent, but she was raised by a Mexican crime boss or whatever. And this takes place in, like, it's a Western. And Raoul. And so back in the day, Royal Bancroft, who is the hero in this one, saves her dad from something, like a bar fight or an assassination attempt or something. And so her dad owes him a favor. So when her dad dies, he makes her and her two adopted brothers, cousins, whatever, go to Royal's ranch and help him out of a sticky situation in order to pay the debt. So yeah, this is really good. It has a bit of a mystery-ish element to it, not like the mystery genre, but there is a mystery, like who's after Royal and what's happening. So that's really fun. That one's kind of maybe a little longish, but I mean, romance novels are never really long, even if they're in the 500 pages. For me, they just flow, and I can get this, you know. That's why I'm picking so many books, because I can. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to rereading that. It's been maybe a year and a half or something. So next up is The Harlequin. And unlike some people, I like old Harlequins. I have a collection of old Harlequins. Maybe you'll get to see those sometime soon. And this one is one I have from 1985. It's called The Object of the Game. It's by Vanessa James. I like Vanessa James because she really does different stuff with the plots of her novels. This one involves Natasha. She lives with her, I think it's her dad's cousin or something. His name is Alexis over in Cambridge, because Alexis is a professor there. And so Natasha's coming up and she's trying to figure out what she wants to do with her life. She's like 21. She's about to be like, she's kind of his ward, and she's about to like come into her, like, I don't know, coming of age thing. Anyway. Well, she's about to turn 21 at any rate. And so this is what happens with them when she's not his ward anymore. And I really like this one. First, there's academics in there, and then second of all, there's a cricket match in here, and I'm like, I know nothing about cricket, but whenever I see something, like in this park where I go to walk on Sundays, there is people playing cricket every few days, you know, every couple of weeks, and I'm like, every time I think about this book. Every time I see cricket, I think about this book. So yeah, that's the one I'm reading for the Harlequin prompt. There we go. So the last prompt and the last book that's on my TBR here is a Rita 2017 finalist. And I have a picture. This is an ebook, so I'm going to put the picture at the end. And it is Bayou Shadowhunter by Debbie Herbert. It's a Harlequin nocturne, and it's more like, it's kind of a paranormal. This could probably also go under the romantic suspense category, because I don't know if you've noticed, but I've noticed that a lot of times when there's paranormal, like, romance stuff going on, there's usually also a lot of mystery and intrigue and stuff like that. So I don't know, denominations, those kinds of books, I feel like they cross Venn diagram sections a lot. Okay, so yeah, these are my three physical copies that I'm reading for the Romance Readers Readathon, and I'll try to get the pictures up of the other ones somewhere. And yeah, if you're participating, please let me know, or if you have any comments about the books that I'm reading on here, feel free to make a comment in the comment box below. Anyway, also feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys very much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.